This is a 52-inch Hunter low profile original dated February of 1986. These are rather uncommon variants of the Hunter original. I believe 1986 may have been the first year that they were produced. They don't show up in the 1985 catalog, however they do show up in the 1987. And then there's a 1991 catalog online, and they're not in there. And so these, I believe, were only produced for a couple of years. They have the same quality motor in them, same windings and rotor and oil bath system. However, there's no downride. Instead, the motor, which I believe itself is a little bit thinner, the canopy, which you see there, which is rather large, bolts directly to the motor housing. And to oil this fan, you need to do so before you put the canopy on, because the oil port is covered up by the canopy. It's got 3 speeds. It is electrically reversible. I'll go ahead and start it off on low. In the catalog online, which these are found, it says they have a 4-inch. There's a 4-inch difference in clearance between the low profile original and a standard Hunter original, which I assume would mean one with the shortest downrod. This one is in the bright brass finish. As you can see, the brass is in fairly good shape. Needs a little bit of polishing, maybe a little more cleaning, but brass is in fantastic shape. Low is going to run around 50 RPM, give or take. Maybe just a tad bit slower. It's pretty much the same speeds as the other 3-speed originals from this era. We'll go ahead and turn it on medium. Blades are, I don't know if you'd call them pecan or not, because the pecan I think is lighter. It's almost like kind of between pecan and cherry, I would say. And they're the standard finish for kind of the mid to late 80s originals. They're not reversible blades. They have the same finish on both sides. Medium's probably around 125 RPM. It's a little bit of wobble. I guess probably be expected with a fan of this age. The wood, could be the wood could be a little bit of a misalignment of the bracket. I have aligned the brackets a little bit to the best of my ability. But as far as the wood, it's the way wood dries out over time. That may be part of the issue as well. But it certainly doesn't affect the performance of the fan. Also, when you have this up on your ceiling, that may reduce it further. We'll go ahead and turn on high. Again, these are very heavy cast iron motors. A little wobble is not going to hurt the performance of the fan at all. Wobble is also going to be probably a little bit more noticeable just because of how close it is to the ceiling. The longer a downrod you put on these fans, and you can't put a downrod on this on a low profile, but on a normal fan, the longer a downrod, the less it's going to wobble, just because of the center of gravity. And high is probably going to run around 180 RPM. These, I believe it still has the 15-degree pitch. The blades are still very wide. You might not feel as much air movement because of the fan's proximity to the ceiling. It's not going to allow as much air to get up on the other side of those blades to come free, but it still does move a lot of air, and it will move far more air than any other 52-inch Hunter that you might see or install. I'll go ahead and turn it off. In just a second, I'll show you the speeds on reverse. As I said, these are not very common. I've seen these in the 52-inch. The local Sam's Club here in Waco used to have 6 of these or so in brown above the registers, oddly enough, on really, really long pipes that they attached an electrical box to. So I'm not sure why they chose to do that, but they did. Those fans are now gone. I had another one come into my possession but didn't have the canopy. A lot of these go around, seems like that they take them down and don't leave the canopy. So these are actually a little less common even to find complete. I've also seen these in the 48-inch version. The 48-inch fans themselves are rare, so 48-inch low profile is, as you can imagine, is quite uncommon. Show you the fan on reverse and put it on low. And the speeds are going to be the same, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. There's medium. And there's high. So go ahead and turn it off. Again, this has been a 52-inch Hunter low profile original in bright brass dated February of 1986. It is rather uncommon, so you're not going to see too many. If you're looking on eBay, you're not going to see too many of these show up. It's a great fan, especially if you live in a house with low ceilings. You still want the power and the build quality of the Hunter original. This is certainly a fan to get. Like I said, Hunter did not manufacture these for very long. They manufactured low profile fans and flush mount hugger fans for years and years and years, but as far as this particular version of the original, it is hard to find. So again, if you're looking on eBay, happy bidding, best of luck to you, and we'll have more fan videos to come. Thanks again for watching.